The family atmosphere once turned charcoal black like pizza in an oven. Darshan's wife, Jinji, was consumed by grief over her lost son, unwilling to talk, and the nanny noticed everything. Returning home from work at night, Darshan, like an explorer, learned his wife was asleep from the nanny and tiptoed into the bedroom, only to find that the TV was showing recordings of their son. Like accidentally flipping through an old photo album, Darshan's tears couldn't be held back. At that moment, he finally understood his wife's feelings, but just as he approached the bed to cover her with a blanket, her pill bottle went crash on the floor. Darshan looked down, as if facing doomsday, and found Jinji had taken a whole bottle of sleeping pills. Jinji felt remorseful, believing she failed to save their son. Under huge stress, Jinji attempted suicide, but an ambulance arrived like lightning, saving her life. Jinji awoke as if from a dream, discovering her daughter and nanny waiting at the hospital. The nanny, seeing her lingering obsession with her son, chose to share her story. It turned out the nanny had her own heartache, having once lost a daughter who accidentally fell into a pool while playing a truly tragic interlude. After a long struggle, she emerged from her daughter's sudden death. The nanny then asked, given a chance to formally bid farewell to your son, could you let go? Seeing that Jinji looked skeptical, the nanny started describing her origin story, leading to a mysterious old temple in a small village in southern India. Legend claims it's the underworld living world border, is spirit connection possible. If you want to see Oliver again, maybe you could take a chance there, but the nanny's secret wasn't finished yet. Just then, Darshan walked in with a mountain of stuff. Noticing the nanny wanted to say something, she fluttered away like a little. After this heartbreaking separation, Darshan and Jinji realized the value of each other, hugging tightly as if they had found lost time. At that moment, they understood the preciousness of their feelings. Before long, Jinji was discharged from the hospital like a little bird regaining freedom. Watching her daughter play in the yard, Jinji would occasionally be reminded of her son like an indelible dream. That night, Jinji quietly headed to the nanny's room, determined in her heart to explore the temple. Before she left, the nanny solemnly warned her, no matter what you hear or see, you absolutely must not open the temple doors. After Jinji promised, the nanny finally revealed the temple's location, and the two headed to the cemetery in the night, emotions rising and falling like a roller. With the help of 3 locals, Oliver's coffin was unearthed, and Jinji, ignoring the nanny's protests, insisted on taking one last look at her son. Just as she squatted down, eagerly caressing Oliver's coffin, his favorite toy tiger unexpectedly popped out. Jinji suddenly wondered why the toy tiger was here. She had placed it in the coffin at the funeral and was startled. Without time to think further, she cremated her son's remains with the nanny by her side, as if presenting a surreal dream. Meanwhile, Jinji met 2 oddities by the fire. The nanny said they were from the Stone Corpse tribe, with strange customs like time travel. They smear ashes on themselves, eat dead flesh, a way to commune with spirits. What an adventure! The next day, Jinji arrived at the station, boarding the nanny's arranged train to southern India like an adventurer starting a new chapter. After some searching, she finally found a dilapidated temple deep in the woods. The atmosphere felt like a horror movie. The steps were littered with animal remains, yet this couldn't stop Jinji's advance, her determination fierce as flames. Sitting on the steps after kissing Oliver's urn, she poured the ashes on the ground like a puzzle piece, ready for a final goodbye. Then she stood up and stepped into the temple, slamming the door shut behind her, feeling as if she had crossed into forbidden territory. Time flew by, and by night, Jinji lit the candles as instructed by the nanny, yet the door remained still, as if stuck in slumber. Just when she was about to give up, a noise echoed through the door. Jinji stood up holding the candle, shocked her thrilling act unfolding. A sudden crow frightened her, and when she reignited the candle, the crow began to wither at a visible speed, truly a battle between the living and the dead. Panicked, Jinji rushed back to the temple's main hall, then allowed the thud to hit the door, trouble bruise anew. Summoning her courage, she leaned toward the door, and to her surprise, it was Oliver's voice on the other side. Jinji couldn't believe it was just a dream. She kept apologizing to her son, tears streaming, saying she shouldn't have left him and chose to for her sister. Oliver then said, "It's dark outside, let me in." Hearing this, Jinji firmly refused. She had promised the nanny not to open the door, upholding loyalty over emotions, a real tug of war. But then Oliver said he was leaving, and Jinji panicked, unable to heed anything else, hurriedly flinging open the doors of the temple. Outside, however, there was no one. Everything felt like a mirage, fading in the wind. Oliver. Jinji called out desperately several times, but saw no sign of her son, so she resolved to return to the temple. Just as she turned, a member of the Stone Corpse tribe quietly appeared behind her, a shadowy figure causing a shiver down her spine. She fixed her gaze on Jinji, seemingly seeing something invisible to the naked eye. Frightened, Jinji dashed into the woods like a scaredy cat. After Jinji left, cracks emerged in temple statues as if alive, while Darshan rested on the couch, unaware of the coming crisis. Awakened by dog barks, he thought his wife was back, rushed to the door, but found the yard deserted, emotions elusive. Meanwhile, on the train, Jinji also had oddities. A bowl fell as she viewed her son's photo, a delicate twist of fate. It turned out to be dropped by a girl in the upper bunk, but strangely everyone else around didn't even notice. Only Jinji seemed aware of the bowl and the girl. The scene shifted to daughter Luce's room. She also heard strange sounds, like gentle whispers from the universe. She got up to check the hallway, only to find Oliver's toy tagger, as if it was still secretly locking eyes with her. Even stranger, the door to Oliver's room had a do not disturb sign hanging on it, as if it had just been put up, making her uneasy. After explaining her recent whereabouts to Daijin, Jinji went upstairs to find her daughter, an emotional upheaval.